Are Air Serbia's priority seats really worth it? I wanted to know for myself and booked a flight on Serbia's flag carrier to Belgrade. Today's journey starts in Istanbul, not Constantinople, because now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. We got to Istanbul's new international airport quite early. Given that it's among the top 10 largest airports globally, it's always good to allow plenty of time. Open to full operations in 2019, the airport now sees close to 70 million passengers annually, making it the largest in Europe. Alongside the older Sabiha Gökçen Airport on the city's Asian side, it caters to the bustling 15 million strong metropolis on the Bosporus. We checked in online earlier, so we've got plenty of time on our hands. This airport boasts a modern design with lots to do and see. My only gripe? The Wi-Fi. It's free for just an hour, and after that, you've got to pay for it. And to be honest, it's not even that great. Rather than bore you with the wait, let's head straight to the IGA lounge. I've got access with my priority pass. I think this might be the biggest lounge I've ever set foot in. With its sprawling terraces and multiple seating and relaxation areas, you could lose track of time here. But just like outside, the Wi-Fi remains a sore point. Thanks to the vast size of the lounge, we at least have no trouble finding a seat, and I pretend to work until it's pitch dark. When we want to leave the lounge, we find out that we can stay a bit longer since our Air Serbia flight to Belgrade is delayed by an hour. With nothing better to do, we spend our time on the outdoor terrace and at the bar until we finally embark on the odyssey to the gate. After taking a slight detour, we realized that gate C4 was actually quite close. Now we're lining up for our flight YU-805. The IATA code, JU, originates from the airline's old name, Jat Jugoslavensky Aerotransport, as Air Serbia was called before the breakup of the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. After the turn of the millennium, the fleet was progressively modernized. In 2013, Etihad took a stake in the airline, leading to its rebranding as Air Serbia. Today, Air Serbia operates 13 aircraft from the A320 family, an A330 that flies Air Serbia's first and only transatlantic route to New York, and a few smaller models which I won't bore you with. Our flight today? We're on the YU-APO, a nearly 9-year-old Airbus A320-200. Fun fact, it was part of the Indian airline Vistara's fleet until 2015. The boarding process is a bit chaotic, but the cabin crew seems friendly and welcomes passengers with smiles on their faces. Our priority seats are 4A and B, offering extra legroom. Yet, I can't help but notice the visible wear on the interior. I'm torn between blaming Air Serbia or this Airbus's previous life with Vistara. The plane's decor still screams Vistara, and while I haven't flown with them myself, word is their aircraft tend to age quickly. On top of that, there's this unique odor in the cabin, kind of like old fryer grease meets an overheated train carriage without AC. However, we do have an adjustable neck rest, which I really appreciate. And contrary to the plane itself, I'm quite impressed with the crew.
2 izlaza u prednjem delu aviona, 4 krilna izlaza i 2 izlaza u zadnjem delu aviona. Imajte na umu da najbliži izlaz može biti i iza vašeg sedišta.
As we roar out of Istanbul and soar over the Black Sea, I dig into the seat pocket in front of me. I pull out a magazine titled Outstanding Serbia, which seems to focus mainly on alcohol. There's also a menu with food and drinks that come with an extra charge. Still, the prices don't seem too steep. Cheap as I am, I bypass the fancy paid dinner and dive into the luxurious cookie and water combo they're so generously handing out for free. I wouldn't exactly call it gourmet, but it's nice to see European airlines still offering something complimentary these days. After my modest snack, I brace myself and decide to check out the lavatory. Hygienically, it looks not too great, and again, the signs of wear and tear are evident.
Džepu sedišta ispred vas. Gotovinsko plaćanje možete izvršiti u dinima elektronskih uređaja nedozvoljeno. Hvala.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Soon enough, this dream flight comes to an end as we begin our descent into Belgrade.
Dame I gospodo, molimo vas da ostanete na sedištima dok se
The city at the confluence of the Sava and the Danube is breathtaking. Instead of flying with Wizz Air, I now got to travel authentically with the Serbian flag carrier. The last time I was here, the airport was a massive construction site. But this time, I'm greeted by an airport that's truly impressive. But a heads up if you ever fly into Belgrade, watch out for the taxi drivers. As a full-time traveler, I don't often fall for scams anymore, but the taxi drivers here manage to trick me every time. The last incident involved a rigged taxi meter. This time, I decided to go to the official counter where there shouldn't be any deceit. However, the driver must have secretly swapped our receipt for one with a higher price during the ride. I can't think of any other reason why the short 3 kilometers to our airport guest house suddenly cost almost 30 euros. While that might be a bargain by Swiss standards, it's definitely too much here. Anyways, to sum up the flight, the crew was fantastic. The plane, not so much. I'll see if all their planes are like this, but I'll give Air Serbia another shot. Interested in flag carriers from the Balkans? Click here to check out my flight with Bulgaria Air. Thanks so much for watching. I love you and see you next week.
Dann links abbiegen.